Hi everyone, Euros semi-finals, Copa America semi-finals, both the semi-final lineups, the matches are through, the final lineup is ready. England versus Italy in the Euro finals on Sunday, and on the same day, several hours later, it is Brazil versus Argentina in Brazil. So, two absolutely mouth-watering games we have on Sunday. What games we have for football? Well, the Euro semi-finals, the first one was between Spain and Italy. If you look back at the match, Spain was the dominant team right through the match with their ball position game, their wonderful passing, their the technical skills. They outwitted Italy for much of the match, and it was Italy who scored first in the 30th minute of the second half to chase off a quick counter attack. But Spain restored parity through Morata, who came in as a substitute in the second half, through a clinical finish. It was 1-1 at the full time, 1-1 in the extra time. But Spain, for much of the match, dominated the game. And when the tiebreaker happened, it was Italian shooters who were the more on target, while Morata missed a very vital fourth kick for Spain, and Italy won the tiebreaker 4-2. So it was really unfortunate for Spain. I think the better team, I would definitely say that the better team lost the first semi-final. So the second semi-final was between England and Denmark. Very fast-paced match by both teams, especially England looked very quick, very incisive on their forward line, with Harry Kane back in form, and Raheem Sterling with his pace and his brutal runs and ball control. He was really having the Denmark defense on tenterhooks. He was really pressurizing them with the speed, and that really, I think he was the difference in that semi-final, the second semi-final. Raheem Sterling, he did not score, but he was the man who was responsible for, I think, for England's win more than anyone else. Well, the Denmark did well. Damsgaard scored a brilliant free kick. I think one of the best struck free kicks in this Euro. I think the first goal in Euro through a free kick had come in the semi-finals, as late as the semi-finals, and Damsgaard's shot was an absolute blinder over the wall. It was such a brilliantly struck free kick by Denmark, who led 1-0 right through the first half, and then it all became so exciting. I mean, it just continued to be a really exciting game, with England now putting the pressure on Raheem Sterling, making those incisive runs, and finally England scored before half time. I think within 9 minutes after Denmark scored, and it was a brilliant, once again, a brilliant goal by. It was a brilliant goal. Not say brilliant goal. It was a brilliant cross. It was a brilliant cross from the right wing, and the Raheem Sterling was on along with one of the Denmark defenders. The ball went through went off the legs of one of the Denmark defenders into the net. It was sheer pressure by the England forward line which got the equalizer so quickly. So it was 1-1, and at the half time, but in the second half there were no goals scored. England dominated for much of the time, and in the extra time, once again, it was England who were all over the Denmark defense, and Denmark was just defending and defending. I think they had a great Euro, Denmark, definitely. They had a brilliant tournament, but in the final, definitely, in this semi-final, they were the second best team. And England deservingly won when Harry Kane finally scores again in the first half of the extra time, and that was it. England 2-1. They are in the finals. Denmark's fairy tale campaign ends in the Euro semi-finals. But they were really a wonderful team in this whole Euro, and they really looked the part. So England versus Italy finals at the Euro. The other semi-final lineups which were the matches: Brazil beat Peru 1-0. They played very percentage football right through. They didn't really exert themselves much. They had the game very much in control. The first half goal was all that they needed to beat Peru. And the second match was a more exciting one between Argentina and Colombia. Argentina going ahead through first half goal in the 7th minute of the match, and it was a lovely set up by Messi, which set up the goal as Martinez scored for Argentina. But in the second half, Diaz got the equalizer for Peru in the 61st minute, for Colombia rather, and Colombia were really pressurizing well, and Colombia in the first half also they could have scored 2 shots, back-to-back shots, one header and one glorious shot, they hit the post, otherwise Colombia would have been 1-1 in the first half itself, but the second half they dominated and they finally scored. Messi had one shot coming off the bar in the second half. Messi was really, with his typical skills, he was keeping the match in Argentina's favor, but at the same time the goal was equalized, and as we know in Copa, after the regulation time, if it is 1-1 or if it is on level terms, then we will have the tiebreaker straight away, and that's what happened. The tiebreaker started, and it was Emiliano Martinez, the hero, the Argentine goalkeeper. What goalkeeping by him! He was sledging the Colombian shooters when they were coming up to take their shots. He was talking to them constantly and getting their concentration. As a result, their concentration wavered, and all 3 shots were saved in the tiebreaker. It is one of the finest tiebreaker saves made by a goalkeeper at any time I have seen. I mean, it was brilliant goalkeeping. He was guessing most of the time right, and saved 3 shots, while Argentina missed 1 shot. But then the remainder shooters got the ball into the net, and it was Argentina winning 3-2, and in the tiebreaker and going into the finals. So Argentina had a much tougher semi-final compared to Brazil. The finals is going to be a mouth-watering clash. On one side we have South Argentina and Brazil, and on the other side we have England versus Italy. That's about the Euro. We have the Wimbledon's going on at the moment. We had the quarterfinals yesterday. Novak Djokovic going through rather easily after having spells of mediocrity in his match with his Hungarian opponent in the quarterfinals, while Roger Federer, unfortunately, finally he has made adieu from Wimbledon 2021. He was second best against the Polish youngster Hurkacz, who was really on top of his form. He really asked a lot of questions to Federer, whose game Federer just did not get the momentum right through the match. And once the second set he lost, the third set he was just rolled over by Hurkacz. So Federer going down in 3 sets and going out of Wimbledon 2021. So it remains to be seen whether Novak Djokovic wins this Wimbledon to be online for a calendar Grand Slam. So that's all from here. We'll just keep subscribing and liking my channel and watching the videos. Thank you.